Alright, so for these combos, this is the Pentagram into the Tony Bologna. The Pentagram creates a nice star formation, a good geometric pattern. The Tony Bologna has got a little bit of Poitek in it with the pendulums, and a little bit of sleight of hand magic as well at the end with the fake knot. These are two of my favorite tricks. I do them back to back. This is personally Emily's favorite trick and Tony's favorite trick. Every time I do these formations together, I think about those two people. They really mean the world to me, and they really help me to advance and progress. And if it weren't for them, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So, special shout out to Emily, special shout out to Tony. Thank you guys so much. But here's what the trick looks like, and then we'll hop into the tutorial here in just a second. Alright, the pentagram. It's going to start with a breakaway, and we're going to be mounting the strings around our free hand, starting with the thumb and then the pointer finger. It's going to help to make this L shape, and then rotate it as we're doing the mount. So you're going to have this L shape with your free hand. It's going to go around the thumb, it's going to go around the pointer, and both times it's missing on going towards the outside. So miss the string towards the outside, wrap it around the pointer, missing towards the outside again. And you're going to want your segments kind of like this, where the segment attached to your anchor hand is much longer than the segment attached to the yo-yo. Alright, now that we're in this initial setup, you're going to want to throw a horizontal whip. You want to make sure that the segment that is attached to your anchor hand is on the bottom, segment attached to your free hand is on the top. When this comes around, you want to grab it. I usually grab it with my thumb. You can grab it with your pointer. Put your thumb in, just so you're in this mount right here. Now what you're going to do is you're going to be dropping this down into a chopstick type of cut, and that's going to leave you with these two triangles in this like hourglass formation right here. So around the thumb, around the pointer, hit your whip, grab it. We're going to chopstick down, grab that. You're going to take your anchor pointer, going in towards yourself through the big triangle, out away from you from the small triangle, grabbing the segment between your free thumb and free pointer finger. Alright, then you're just going to pull that tight. That's going to give you your basic pentagram formation. If you notice that the string is twisted around my free thumb, all you need to do is rotate it around, and then there you got your pentagram right there. And then when we're also reaching through to grab that string, this is the string we're grabbing right here in between those two. So you get that mount, do the whip, and you're going to take your anchor finger, going through one triangle and back the other way through the other, grabbing that segment and twisting that thumb. Now for this dismount, we're going to release everything except for our anchor pointer finger and our free hand thumb. And it's going to make an Eiffel Tower formation. With this, we're going to take our free hand and take this slack and whip it around the yo-yo. Get a nice little twirl there for a visual effect. so from our pentagram, we're going to drop everything except for our anchor pointer and our freehand thumb. Do our twirl. Now we're going to take our freehand, insert it in the same loop that our anchor pointer is in the same direction from the outside going in. And what we're going to do is going to pull your hands apart. It's going to create this formation. We're going to drop our anchor slack, and that should feed the loop into the yo-yo. And we're going to undercut our anchor hand underneath the yo-yo towards us on the inside to go into this triangle formation. Drop the slack, rotate it out, and this is a triangle that's going to pop out towards you. And when you pop it out and mount it in a trapeze, you'll notice that it has a bit of an extra twist in it. Alright, we got that pentagram, got our Eiffel Tower, our slack whip. Gonna drop that slack, go into this triangle, pop out, land in this trapeze, and then I usually pop the yo-yo up and over my freehand while letting go of that string, so that way you can catch it right here. That's the pentagram portion, and now we're gonna be working on the Tony Bologna portion. So this is usually end up with something like that, like a twisted trapeze. You're gonna pop it over, and when you're in this position right here, you're gonna want to try and find the middle of the string, and once you find that middle, pull that to your shoulder socket, because we're gonna do our pendulums here. So when you're making that motion, it'll start the yo-yo swinging the pendulum, and you want to move your right arm in the opposite direction, give that good visual effect. Now while we're doing that pendulum, what we're really going to be trying to do is you're going to start with like you're going into a 1.5, almost to a double or nothing, except for we're going to be going over our freehand, not under. Looping the yo-yo around once, taking our finger and pinching that last wrap and pulling it through, and we're going to basically create this cradle mount here. What we're going to do with this cradle mount is take the segment of the string that's attached to the yo-yo, and we're going to undercut it with our freehand and land it on the string that is tied to our anchor finger. Just like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this furthest loop away from us, pull it through the formation, and that's going to give us a nice Eiffel Tower right there. Now to do it with the pendulum, get into your pendulum right here, and I like to swing it out and over, pendulum on the other side, swinging out and over, and then that will get us right into our Eiffel Tower mount right here. Now what we're going to do is going to drop our anchor hand, and that's going to create this false knot right in the center of the string. And what we can do with that is go straight into a ping pong motion. And the harder you do this ping pong and the tighter you cinch that knot, that'll allow you to give that the illusion of the fake knot. So once you throw out, you should have this nice solid fake knot right here, and it just pulls right out. Hopefully, if I can get it right here. There we go. Might be a little bit tight. You might actually even bind it up so bad you have to retie your string or completely untie it. But it is a fake knot. It's a false knot. It should come right out. There's a lot of things you can do with this. Once you do this formation and you get that false knot nice in your string, feel free to sell it to your audience or whoever's watching. You can do a few sleight of hand magic effects if you want with this. You can have it like rub it out and make it disappear. You can have hand off the string, have somebody pull it, pretend to eat it out, bite it out with your mouth, or you can just snap it nice and clean. All together. Trick's gonna look like this. You got your fake knot right there. Pull it right out, and you're clean to bind. It's Pentagram into the Tony Bologna. Oh, for fuck's sakes.